So, just a little video for our introduction. Some of you may be coming into our page and saying, well, you know, who is this midlife dreaming? What is this midlife dreaming? You know, what's it all about? Well, we are Kevin Clemens and
Missy Clemens,
and we have a lot of life experience between us. I am a letter carrier. I've been a letter carrier for a lot of years, and
I'm a special education teacher in a comprehensive high school.
we have both been through divorces, so we have some divorce experience, and then at the same time, when we were in divorce, we were adults who became single and
Dating and going through all that again.
back on the dating scene. So we have that experience. We have 5 adult children and a grandchild between us. And so we have experience raising children. We have experience with step-parent, step-children relations, although you really don't see that if you're to get the whole family together. Other than being able to tell whose is whose in genetics, you would not be able to tell whose kids are whose. We love all of our kids the same, and so we have experience with those relationships, and so we think we have some things to offer in that way. I'm sure you folks have maybe even more experience with that you could share with us. That's the reason for this whole community, for bringing us all together, to give us a large experience base. And so why are we doing midlife dreaming? A few years ago, we were getting to the age to where we should think about retirement. So we're in our early 50s now, maybe we were in our late 40s then, and so we had a gentleman from the post office, a retirement financial guy from the post office, come in, and we talked to him about our finances and how things would look as we got into our retirement. And his name was Bobby, and Bobby said, well, he pulled out all of his calculation material and how he was going to figure it all out, and he said, don't just look at each individual figure, just wait until we get it all figured out and put it together, and then you'll see that you'll be okay. And so he figured all the numbers out, you know, our 401k type plans, our pensions, our Social Security, all of that stuff. And sure enough, at the end, we agreed we would be okay.
But okay is not what we want.
Right. We did not want to settle for, we're not in a bad situation now, but we're not in a situation that we'd prefer to be in moving forward. And so we didn't want to stay in that same situation. We wanted to be able to have some money if there was things that our families needed, if they needed to move into a new home, if they need some financial help, if our parents need some help, if there's an emergency with anyone, we want to be able to help out, and we want to be able to help our families not be financial strapped, so they go into great debt and have trouble getting out of that. So we want to be able to help out that, and we would like to be able to take more than just a couple weeks vacation ourselves. I mean, right now we get a couple weeks off from our job and we take vacations. We might want to go, you know, every other week on a vacation to other places that we'd like to go check out. So we realized that we were not going to have enough money to do that, and we decided that we needed to figure out another way to add some income. That is when we came up with our motto. That's when we started using the phrase that we want to not just survive our retirement, but we want to thrive in our retirement. So you'll see that a lot in the community. You'll see that a lot in our Facebook page, where we say we don't want to just survive, we want to thrive in our retirement. So then we said, how are we going to do that?
Yeah, because we don't live in an area that is cheap to live. We live in the Bay Area in California, and that's an expensive place to live.
Yeah, so we realized that was not going to be an easy thing to do. We could not just sack, you know, an extra whatever into our mattress every month and work that out. That would not do what we needed to do. So we started doing our research. We started to try to figure out what would be something that we would enjoy doing together. This is not something that I was going to take on as my responsibility and do it apart from, or she was going to. She actually, her job keeps her busy from getting up in the morning till going to bed at night. So she definitely could not take this on as her responsibility. So we need things that we enjoy doing together, and that's where
we enjoy being together.
We do enjoy being together.
Yes,
that's something you'll find out in this community as well. Is hopefully there are many couples out there with our kind of relationship, but what we found is there aren't, and so we would also like to show that there is possible to have a good relationship as an older married couple going into retirement from your 9 to 5. And so after a lot of research and some mistakes, we came up with a few things that really fit us well. The first one that we came up with, stock investing, and we found a gentleman that helped us with that. And the next thing we found out that we would enjoy doing together is selling Amazon products, selling products on Amazon. That is a work in progress. We have a lot of good ideas, and you'll see some things coming out as far as like grandchildren clothing and a line of cabin accessories and things like that we're just really excited about. But that's kind of a work in progress. And then the last thing we came across that we really saw could bring this all together into one business was online marketing. And so we've gotten into online marketing, and between all of those different things, we have seen how if we put the time in, if we figure this out, if we gain these skill sets, we will be able to do the things that we want to do going into retirement. But the most important thing we've found out in the last 3 years, the most important investment you can make is in yourself. You can go out and say, okay, I'm going to do this and try to take shortcuts and just get into it. It doesn't work. So each step, each business has had a step and has had an investment that we've made, both financially and time-wise. And sometimes you might look at that and say, oh, well, there's no way I can do that. It's not easy. This is not an automatic flip the switch on thing and it's done. It's taken some time and some effort to work all of this and to get it all going and to make it run smoothly.
And to find the money to do it
is not easy as well.
Easy.
Like we said, we live in the Bay Area, California. We don't have a lot of extra money left over at the end of the month, but we have come to realize that investing the time, investing the money, investing the effort now is in the long run, it's going to do what we need it to do. We want our money to work as hard as it can work. That's what we're doing. You sack the money away in your mattress, your money's not doing anything for you. It can work a lot harder than that, and so that's what we're making the effort to do. So develop the skills, important. Develop the skills, find good training, and there is good training out there. We have found it, and we'll be sharing that in the group, and you can take that and you can run and you can do whatever you need to.
Can I throw something in there?
Absolutely, please do.
When I was 36 years old, I realized that I could not live alone in an apartment on a teacher's aide salary. So I decided to take that step, and I went back to school, finished my degree, got my teaching credential, worked an extra year and a half and got my master's degree in education. So believe me, I understand what it takes to invest in yourself and invest the money to do what it's going to take to get us to the spot where I am now. I have a good job, a great job that I love, but it wouldn't have been possible without those few years of working really hard. And each month, as my husband knows, he pays the student loan bill. I know what it takes. I know that you have to invest in yourself in order for it to be profitable for yourself in the long run. And you know, we're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to thrive in our retirement.
And because of the effort and the work that Missy has put into this, she is the one that you folks that have a lot of trouble letting go of money will relate to. She is the one that it's been hard for her to say, are you sure we want to invest that kind of money in this?
I'm emotionally attached.
And so you will relate with that. And I'm the one that is more adventurous, and those that you are more adventurous, you'll be able to relate with me more and saying, yeah, I can see what we'll do. Let's go do this. And so that's what we do.
So one of the best things about that is I trust him. So when you trust, you can let go of that money a little easier.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't want
So hearing all this, you may say, well, what midlife dreaming? What caused that name to come about? Well, as we're going out, Missy had a million questions for me,
Yeah.
which that's fine. I understood that she wanted to make sure she did it right this time,
Yeah.
and I also wanted to do that as well. But in talking about every single area of our life, from when we were born till now, we discovered that we both had a dream of living in a log cabin in a mountain area by a lake. And so now we are at our midlife, so that's midlife. And dreaming is
what
just
that cabin could look like.
absolutely
Where it could be.
this is our head full of ideas
Yes.
of how this cabin is going to be, and why we it is so important to us that we make our money work harder, because we want to get to that dream. So midlife dreaming, that's what that is all about. And so as far as the community, well, we've got a business named Midlife Dreaming that has brought these three legs of the different businesses that we want to do together under one umbrella. That's why we brought it all together into one business. But the community, the reason that we're developing community, which is, you folks are amazing. It's amazing how quickly it's just kind of grown, and it'll keep growing. I know it will, because we need to add to this base of experience, this base of knowledge. And so the reason that we put this out there is we got to thinking, well, 3 years ago, when we started thinking about all this stuff, when we started having to stress about it and research it and work on how much money we were going to have to come up with, and if we would have had this community then, if there would have been a community of people in our same boat that were stressing about the same things and had some experiences that we could learn from, it would have made things a lot easier.
Yeah.
If we could have seen other people that had ideas that were working, because the ideas that we've had and that we've researched and that we're developing skill sets for, they're working. That's a cool thing. That's what this is all about, is making it work for anybody that wants to make it work in this community. And support, because like we said, we have experience with divorce, we have experience with family relationships, we have experience with careers that are hard, and right off the top, you all should know our top two priorities are faith and family. You will see us post a lot of things about our faith. We believe in God, and our Christian lives are a big part of our lives. We do work at our church, and so you'll see that. And our families, right after that, you'll see a lot of things about family relationships in the group.
We spend a lot of time with our family because we enjoy being together.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the important thing in life. And what's kind of cool is now that our family is seeing these things, they're kind of saying, well, hey Dad, or hey Mom, teach me this stuff. This is kind of cool. Teach me. And so that's a whole other, family thing that we can have in common and work on.
So one other thing we figured out when we were learning about investing with our mentor is that we were pretty good at it. We had some insight and we were pretty good, and we had some knowledge we didn't even know we had, and we were eager to learn. We're eager to learn about everything we do, but it does take a little effort, a little time, and a little money. But I'm not scared anymore about doing any of it.
All three of the things that we've gotten involved in, the different businesses that we've gotten involved in, could have been very easy for us to say, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
Especially this last one,
Yeah.
where we're sitting here making videos for the public to see.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this, if you're checking out our community and you say, no, I could never do any of that stuff, that was us 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can do it. It is very possible. You just have to kind of take that first step. I know it's something that you hear a lot, but you have to kind of take that first step and get out there and do it. So, anything else that we need to say? All right, so that is midlife gaming in a nutshell. It's a pretty big nutshell, but that is us in a nutshell. And please come along, join us. We expect to have a really enjoyable time, and we expect to learn a lot from you, as we hope you can learn from us. And get involved. Get involved and let us know how you feel, what's bugging you, what you think are good businesses, and how we can help you. We're always willing to do whatever research we need to figure out something. And so that concludes this introduction video, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.